Hi.
I didn't hear your call because um, Discord, while you have Streamlabs open, is like, nope, not going to tell you anything.
Yeah, you're in streamer mode, I
Yeah.
guess. I just turned mine off, so now the people can hear all Discord's bleeps and blorps. And they're like, "Turn off your sound on Discord." I
Yeah.
thought it was my Discord. I'm like, "Nope, I'm more popular than you,
Nope.
fam."
Dude, there are like old offstage VODs from Red Hammers where you can just hear Adrian's Facebook messaging thing just going off every 5 seconds, and it's like
Ding.
louder than the gameplay. Ugh.
It's just a bell, right? Just ding.
Yeah.
Man. Uh, how are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. Not sick anymore, finally. Uh, Went shopping earlier, and now I was like, I should go stream. And then you were like, hey, you want to do Idiot Box? Or you were like, do you want to talk about birds and crossword puzzles? And I was like,
Yeah,
that sounds fun.
that's the shorthand for Idiot Box.
Yeah, that's what this podcast is.
Idiot Box is definitely like evolving. It's becoming a more specialized stupidity than broad stupidity.
Yeah, so our last episode, we played crossword puzzles for 3 hours? Something like that?
Something ridiculous.
Yeah.
With the chat though, it was like with a full chat as well. Yeah, advanced stupid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I gotta, like, post about the thing, the podcast.
Post about the thing, dude. Let me tell you about my little mini grind I was on. I
Yeah.
grinded Slay Spire because I was awake at a reasonable hour and I had energy and I wanted to talk to my friends and play Slay the Spire. And I just broke the 30 sub mark today. Today was I got up to 32 subs.
Yeah,
So
because of the
the
gifted
bomb.
subs, yeah.
We were hanging at just under 30 for like basically a month.
Mm-hmm.
And we broke through. We broke through to the other side. 32 subs. That's stupid.
That's probably my all-time high, I think. It's like
Ooh.
around there. I
I'm
know I don't have 35 because otherwise I'd have another emote.
yeah,
But
yeah. I was like, I'm close enough. Why don't I just
yeah.
push for that emote tomorrow? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so maybe tomorrow I'll stream a few times during the day and chill like an idiot.
You have off tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm off tomorrow.
Ooh.
Um, ooh.
Do you only work like a couple times a week?
This week is a weird week. Next week I work normal,
Okay.
9 to 5, all day or all week long. I actually don't work 9 to 5. I work 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., which is silly.
That is not so bad,
No, it's not
actually.
so bad.
Especially when you live that close by.
Yeah,
Because,
I
like,
walk a block to my job.
yeah, you could wake up at, like, 6:30 and still be fine. Which,
That's a little close. I tend to wake up at like 6:15, which doesn't sound
yeah,
that different, but it means I'm not hurrying and I'm
for
still
sure.
just barely getting there on time.
That's, like, a whole breakfast, easily.
Yeah.
Is like, 15 minutes. Um, yeah, how is your new job, though? You
Well,
you
it's like
worked one day? Or 2?
2 days.
Okay.
2 days, yeah. It's we can kind of talk about it. It's real weird. It's like a fancy adult person's job. No, I'm not. That sounds like I'm in porn. I just work in a fancy building and I wear a suit
Yeah.
and people call me sir. It's real weird.
I love adult person job. As if, like, there aren't many of those.
Yeah. Other than
Yeah.
like people who like kids who make shoes in countries, most jobs are meant for adults who
Yeah.
are also people.
Or if you don't want to count, like, sophomores in high school adults, they
Mm,
also have jobs. But I think 90% of people having a job are adults.
yeah. You hope. You like to think. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like my coworkers that I've met. They're all pretty much my age or slightly older. I am 28. I think the oldest coworker I have is like 40. So pretty close, I would say.
Yeah.
And they're all scattered in between there. I don't think I'm the youngest person, but I think I'm the second youngest person.
Okay.
Um, which is nice. A lot of my older jobs I've had were all older women and then me. So it's kind of nice to have.
Was that Red Robin? Just a bunch
No,
of
that's
old ladies.
every call center job I had. It was like me and then a bunch of older women.
Really?
Red Robin, how do I say this in a way where you don't get in trouble? Okay. I was the only white person that worked there
Okay.
at the
Gotcha.
time. And that was put me in a weird. Oh my! Hold on, we'll talk about this afterwards. We'll talk about this afterwards.
Dude, that's another 11 monther. Oh shit.
Oh shit!
Someone's gonna be 12 real soon. I said assertive, not insertive. Dude, if you resub and have a SpongeBob quote, then you're just in the Hall of Fame automatically.
Oh yeah,
The Freefall Hall of Fame.
dude, the hall monitor himself comes in.
Thank you, Devin.
The
I had a feeling he was
hall
gonna.
monitor.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I had a feeling he was gonna show up as soon as I posted. He's super hyped because A Hat in Time just got released on Switch.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's been wanting me to play that for a long, long time.
Oh, you'll like it. You'll like it. I played the
Have you played
demo.
it?
I played the demo, the 3-level demo.
Okay.
It's got cool movement and was very clearly inspired by Super Mario 64.
Yeah, for sure. It looks amazing.
It also looks amazing, but just the physics feel good, you know? It could look like dog shit. If the physics
Yeah.
felt good, it would be fine, but it has both, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely seems like my kind of game, you know?
Oh, it is. I guess it is more like Mario Sunshine, which I guess I kind of compare Sunshine to 64, so I'm like a 10% right, but it's definitely more like Sunshine than 64.
It looks like it could be on the GameCube, you know what I mean? It just has
Yeah.
that vibe to it. Yeah.
You should probably play it.
I will. I'm gonna play it like ASAP.
Is that how you spell damn? Have I been spelling it wrong for forever?
That's not how you spell damn.
Oh, okay.
There's
a
definitely
B
an
in that.
N.
There's a B at the end of that one, and I was like, huh.
Yeah. He was a key to the left on his keyboard. He almost had it.
Okay. Well, you fooled me, Kyle.
It's in your top 10 games. Dude, I don't know. Like,
oh, man,
I might have recency bias, but like,
yep.
Celeste is fucking up there for me, man. That game's so good.
I was watching you stream it like 2 days ago, and you were going through, I think, B-sides, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And every room was trolling you for about 5 minutes, and then you'd get through it, and you'd be like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
And then the loop would restart on the next room.
Yeah.
It's like, this is fucking stupid, dude. And then 5 minutes later, you'd get through it.
Yeah. Well, that mirror level I was on was like just a mind fuck every single screen. Because like not only did you have to know where you were, that's the only level in the game that's like Metroidvania like, where you have to memorize like the room layouts and stuff like that, and like find your way through it. So it was like super hard, and I had to keep track of that too.
Right.
Yeah, but really, really good game.
I might have recency bias, but I've put a comical amount of hours into Slay the Spire. Just a silly, because it's a roguelike, but it's a card game, and I don't know anything that scratches that itch quite as well, you know?
I'm kind of looking for a game like that, you know, where like you can just always just play it, do maybe a 45-minute run through, and like it's just fun the whole time.
One of the things that I actually think is very underrated about Slay the Spire is that you don't get punished for like taking a break and talking to chat at all. So it's very stream friendly in that like if something cool happens on stream, I can just put the look away for a good chunk of time and nothing's going to happen. It's turn based, so it's I'm sure that's true of every turn based game, but at least for the one that I put the most time into, I've benefited from that. Like as opposed to maybe like net play melee, it's like, oh, I can't look away until it's over.
Dude, I know that all too well. Just not being able to read chat. It's like, sorry, I'm on PB pace. I can't.
Yeah.
Do you know why I have a founder badge? I don't think I was your first sub. It's the
Google.
first 10, I think.
I'm just gonna look it up for you real quick.
Yeah. So the first 10 subs, I think, to my channel have that badge.
What is it?
Founder badge.
What is the founder's badge? Da 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 da. This link is loading slowly. Oh, there we are. It's a subscriber badge that will be exclusively available to the first 10 Prime or paid subscribers of affiliate channels, and the first 25 Prime or paid subscribers of partner channels.
Okay.
Not that we care about that second part, but
yeah, I've heard that soon they're gonna let you customize the founder badge.
Ooh.
Which sounds pretty cool. Not sure what I'm gonna do with that, but that'll be a cool thing.
What would be if you could do since it's like the beginning of time, you could do like the Unga Bunga Caveman SpongeBob.
Just have it always be that.
SpongeGar. I'll do Patar. I'll do Patar. I'm right there with you. Oh
man, you're committed to the bit. Someone's got to do Squawg though.
Oh, who gets to do Squawg?
Do you think Mike is gonna cooperate?
I don't even know if I don't know if Mike has 10 subs. I mean, we can sub to him and then do Squawg in his chat. That sounds fun.
We'll just gift 10.
We gift. Hold on. What if we make a network?
I don't think he is. I don't think he's affiliate.
Oh yeah, I don't think he streams enough. I'm sure he has enough followers, but what if we have a network of 10 streamers and we're all each other's founders? Oh man. Oh, the hall monitor badge. That's a great idea, Kyle. Man, or just SpongeBob doing that chin pose. You know what I mean? When he's the hall monitor and he makes that weird face.
Yeah. Oh man.
Anyway.
When we mentioned like top 10 games, I think you were gonna say something like, "Ooh, that's a something."
That's a good thing to try
topic.
Well, I don't think 10 is doable off the top of my head, but I can at least we can do maybe 3 games that are in the top 10 instead of making it the top 3 of all time. Unless you have a top 3 of all time, just like ready to go.
I mean, I think I do, but I feel like it changes so often that I'd hate to commit to it.
I can pretty much guarantee that any permutation I make of a top 10 list is going to have Pokemon Crystal. It was like the first game I dumped like a summer into, and you can play it while you're pooping. That's a pretty big upside if you're if you're a fat kid. You're like, well, that's going to be a third of my time.
It's on it's on like a tier list of its own at that point.
Top 10 games to shit to? Crystal is up there.
Top 10 games to shit to.
I actually used to play with the Switch. I would bring the tablet into the bathroom. Or not the Switch, sorry, the Wii U. So a lot of Wii U titles are going to be on that tier list as well. Watch Mojo.
I was gonna make a joke. God damn it.
Watch Mojo.
I was gonna be like, that sounds like the worst Kotaku article of all time.
I mean, I bet it's. Hopefully, it's not written. I would say Pokemon Crystal is. I'm kind of buying you time so you can think, but I would think Pokemon Crystal is on every top 10 list I would ever make because it might not be number 1. It might not even be in the top 3, but it's definitely in the top 10 in terms of how much I love it, how much I've replayed it, how much time I've fucking put into it. I honestly think that might be my most played game other than Pokemon Crystal.
I actually made a Twitter post a while back of my top 10, and I thought it was pretty solid, but I don't remember it too well. I'll tell you what, though. I know for a fact Melee is somewhere in the top 3 for me.
Yeah, I think Melee's got to be top 3 as well.
On a good day, it's like my favorite game. So, yeah. On a bad day, I hate it. So, it fluctuates a lot.
I don't know if I've ever had a bad day with Wind Waker.
Oh, Wind
I
Waker.
don't think Wind Waker's ever
You
let
know
me down.
that's interesting to me because you have expressed before that you're not crazy into the Zelda franchise,
Mm-hmm.
but for whatever reason, Wind Waker is like super high up for you.
Dude, Wind Waker was like, it was the first game I ever played, really, where you could just go wherever you wanted and do wherever you wanted, other than Spider-Man 2, the video game for the PS1.
That's a
But
good game.
that was only the
It
size of
is.
Manhattan. That wasn't a whole ocean. Do do do
Right.
do 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 ba ba da ba
Ba-da-da-da.
da. Fucking seagulls are in your sails. Get the fuck out of here, seagulls!
Oh, there's a shark. Good
Da-da.
thing my boat can jump inexplicably.
Yeah, and has a face and talks, Joey. That's the
Yeah.
weirder part.
Dude,
The
you ever
jumping, I think.
do you ever pan the camera so that the boat's face is just right in front of it as you're sailing?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
For sure.
Yeah, love Wind Waker. Not a huge fan of Zelda franchise. A big part of that though is just I don't have a nostalgia boner because I didn't have an N64. So I didn't grow up with that one. I grew up with the GameCube one. So I probably have a similar attachment to that than I would have had if I does that make sense? Like I just moved it over to the next console because I didn't have Ocarina.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I didn't play the N64 titles until I was probably like 13, so I'm right there with you in terms of nostalgia. Like, basically only Wind Waker for me as a kid. Four Swords as well, but that's top down. It's a little different. I never played Link to the Past. That seems to be everyone's favorite from that generation.
Is that the Game Boy one?
That's the SNES one.
Okay.
The Game Boy one is Link's Awakening, which just got remade.
Oh yeah, where it looks like it was. They look like the elves from the Frosty the Snowman, like animated claymation movie.
Dude, I always thought Link looked like an emoji, and it was just like super. That's why I didn't really like it at first, because that's all I could think of when I saw it. But
he looks like the dentist elf from that animated special.
I know what you mean. The guy wearing blue, and he has like the curly blonde hair.
I don't know his name, but he's like the elf in the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer that wants to be a dentist. That's what Link is now, except he's a mute elf. But it's it's close enough. I don't hate the art either. It's just funny to me. It's fine.
I've come around to it. I think it looks pretty good, actually.
What's your favorite part of Wind Waker?
Favorite part?
Like the thing you look forward to playing when you're going to do a run of Wind Waker. And it can't be Sploosh Kaboom. Even though it's a funny meme, it can't be Sploosh Kaboom.
Yeah. That's a good question, actually. I really like some of the boss fights in that game. Like, for some reason, when you fight the plant in Forest Temple, his name's Calidamos. Yeah. And then you like boomerang all the vines and then run up to him and the whole room like lights up and you hit his head. Like, I always thought that was super satisfying to like throw it, get a bunch of the vines at once, and he makes like the
yeah.
Yeah.
I like when you fight the sand snake and that fucking whistling song is playing. Whoa, that song's Oh man, that song is so fucking good, dude.
It's so
Holy
good.
shit. I want the fight to keep going. I don't want to kill him. I'm just like, let me just run around. Fucking, oh my god.
It sucks though.
That needs like a deep fried meme bass boosted remix for sure. Sorry, go ahead.
It probably exists. The thing that sucks though is the whole time you're trying to listen to that song, all you hear is like row, row, row.
Oh yeah, that's
it's just like chasing you.
I mean, if you sing it to yourself louder than the TV, you're good.
Right. Mm-hmm. Do you ever like pull that up on YouTube, that song, and then you listen to the start and it's like
I get excited, man. It's like the beginning
Yeah.
of More Than a Feeling, where More Than a Feeling goes doo 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 doo. It's like really quiet acoustic
It's
intro,
just like
and
the ringtone version of the song.
you're
And you're
just
like,
like,
oh shit.
in about 30 seconds, I'm gonna be fucking air guitaring More Than a Feeling. Yes, yes. Sing it, Brad Delp. Sing it, Boston's Brad Delp.
They're talking in the chat, and I'm missing it.
Oh yeah, let's read.
Head in Time's OST is like god tier. I believe it. We have Kyle's top 10.
Top 5.
Top 5. I see a lot of Super Nintendo. Was Symphony of the Night on Super Nintendo?
I think so.
Or was that PS1?
I have to tell you,
don't know.
I'm pretty sure Castlevania. Well, I'm almost positive it wasn't on PS1, but I could be wrong. I have to tell you, the only time I've ever watched Castlevania Symphony of the Night is when Steve would speedrun it with a fight stick. And so he would.
It's actually badass.
I know he would use that dash that sounds like it's sandpaper.
Yeah,
you could hear him doing that with his hand, with a fight stick, and you just hear like the stick kind of like. It was like, I don't know,
dude.
Watching him play that with a fight stick is mad impressive.
I have never seen that game played normally. I've only seen it get broken completely.
Yeah, I agree. I actually have I don't think I've ever casually played Mega Man X. Pretty sure
Really?
I've only ever tried to beat it as fast as I could. Yeah, I knew about the Hadouken thing, so I was like, well, I know how to get it. I need to die on this level 5 times. I'm pretty sure I knew about the speedrun before I ever played it casually.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I've been itching to play that game again. Honestly, my PB in it is like borderline unbeatable for me, but I do want to go back because I haven't played it in years, you know?
Yeah. We got to do a Gotta Go Fast Fest stream. And just
yes, we do. We do got to do that.
I'm not changing that name ever, by the way. I think it's the funniest name.
It's pretty good. I'm afraid, though, maybe this is egotistical of me to say, but I'm afraid if we do Gotta Go Fast Fest, it's going to be like 80% me just playing different games. And then
not if we intentionally like locked in people ahead of time to do stuff.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Even if it was literally just like one or two other people that had a speed run ready to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I would watch CFR do Fusion. That guy.
That'd be so hype. Yeah.
That game is fun.
I'd watch Mike do Titanfall because he's like a god at that. Yeah.
Yeah. The movement in that game looks like Hat in Time level crazy.
Oh, I don't know if Quiggs knows about that. The turnaround in Hadouken. I was a super long time ago. I was at Devin's place, and Kyle was playing Mega Man X, and he got to the Vile fight in Sigma 1. You know, where, like, right before Zero dies. Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers.
And the speedrun strat, of course, is you just stand right where you are, and as soon as the fight starts, Vile, like, jumps behind you. So if you shoot a Hadouken backwards at the right time, he'll just land right on top of it and die instantly.
Mm-hmm.
And Kyle didn't know that, and I was like, he was going into the fight, I'm like, dude, I just want you to turn around and fire a Hadouken backwards. And he was like, why would I do that? Like, he's over there, why would I do that? And I'm like, just trust me, do it. And then, in my mind, I was like, he's probably gonna, like, do it too early or something, and just miss. But he'll get the idea, right? Because Vile will jump behind him. And then he just, like, instantly gets it. And he just looks at me, and Devin starts geeking out. Oh, man.
As is tradition.
Yeah. That was really funny.
That's nuts. I was not sure where that story was going, because I was like, did Joey throw a Hadouken? Like, what the fuck? I didn't know what the lead-in was going to be. Just, remember that time Joey emitted an energy blast from his hands at Devin's house?
I actually did one?
Yeah, he turned around and then he just eviscerated like a dog in the neighbor's yard.
I just fell down a cliff at I can't say his name.
Olive
Armored
Garden.
Armadillo,
Oh yeah.
his stage. I just fell down 5 times. And then
That's
I got
actually.
Hadouken.
I actually think if I was to do a top 10 list of favorite video games, at least 4 of them would be on my top 10 favorite like soundtracks as well. Certainly Wind Waker and Mega Man X are both like in top 10s for both, which is kind of crazy.
I think it's like so important, honestly.
Mhm.
Like it's hard to have a good game that doesn't have a good soundtrack. I don't know.
I mean, I've tolerated games that had medium good soundtracks, but yeah, it definitely elevates it to like god status when it's got a killer soundtrack.
I think Mario Sunshine's a good example. Like really good game, but the soundtrack is like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wish that I appreciated the Thousand Year Door soundtrack more. A lot of the times when I'm playing it, I'm not really listening to the soundtrack at all. Just kind of it's just happening in the background, and I'm like thinking about the fights or whatever. So I mean, there's certainly good bangers in there, but I wouldn't know if it's like a crazy good soundtrack because I never really listened to it.
Yeah. I mean, the two that stand out for me are Rock Hawk has a really good theme, and Dupless has a really good theme. But aside from that, I don't really know any others.
Yeah, Dupless is like, even I know about Dupless. Let's go. I'm actually at Glitzville in my run right now. So
I'll be honest, dude. I was not a huge fan of that chapter. I know it's like everyone's favorite, but I think it just dragged on way too long.
I mean, it's kind of nice because it's like, it's the only chapter that's like that, where you just fucking fight 60 times and solve a little mini mystery. But I think it's my favorite. I don't know if it's my favorite part. It's up there. I wish that you had more partners for that, but you only have like 3. You have Goombella, Flurry, and Koops. If they saved that part for the end, when you had more partners, maybe they could play into that more. Like you have to use Bombity or whatever. I don't know, but with only, I guess you have Yoshi too. So I'm a little bit wrong.
Jake
Paul. Jake Paul. With only having like a few partners, I just wind up basically using Flurry for everything, and she just murders people.
Had time as a train level, just like TTYD. I think I've seen it.
Just like Spider-Man 2, the video game.
Dude, I've heard the physics in that game are like insane. Just how fast you can go.
Have you not played Spider-Man 2?
I've seen Shift play it quite a bit, but I have not played it.
I would recommend visiting the lair and seeing if they have a copy, because it's really, really solid as like a fuck around game. Like just as like I have no intention of actually playing the story game, quite good. It's open to do whatever you want.
Is that on GameCube?
I'm pretty sure it's on GameCube. It's definitely on PlayStation.
Okay.
But I think it's on GameCube too. I'll double check. Spider-Man 2.
Visit the lair.
Yeah.
It took me a second to figure out what you were talking about. GameCube 2.
It's on. Oh, it's on. Yeah, it's on Xbox, PS2, and GameCube. Ooh. So it's in the lair.
Shoutouts to Tobey Maguire.
Is he a skateboarder?
No, he's
Tobey Maguire's professional skateboarder as well.
Tobey Maguire's pro skater. Holy shit.
Every single song on the soundtrack is just ska and skate punk versions of Pizza Time. Yeah.
Yeah, Devin, I saw that meme.
Actually, if you just worked in Pizza Time to that song Superman by Goldfinger, you'd have a killer meme on your hands.
That's quite a mashup. That doesn't sound like it would work.
I wish more games had couch co-op, but I also just kind of like I feel like I'm over romanticizing the couch co-op era because I'm trying to think of like games I played when I was a kid that were co-op, and there are quite a few bangers in there. There definitely are, but not as many as I was thinking that there would be. But my favorite moments of video games, just playing video games, are almost exclusively co-op. Like they're almost all of them. You
I
know,
think more games should have like tried that, because like that for me, like me too. All the games I remember the most fondly had that aspect to it, where my brother and I would play, and like we didn't have to want to kill each other.
yeah.
Like we actually worked together. That's why Lego Star Wars, like, I hold in such high regard, because
Here
we
it
got a
comes.
lot of hours out of that.
You mean you and your brother, right?
Yeah, and
Okay.
us, unfortunately. I can also say that about us.
Yeah.
You're like, I just wanted to go one episode.
We'll
Just
never
one.
make it. Dude, you
No.
get world record in a game, and it's like,
You want us to stop bringing it up?
yeah.
Come on.
Oh, dude, I was on Spence's stream after you went to a fest, and they were like, dude, we met your boy Joey, or Freefall at the fest. I was like, let's go.
Who is
Uh,
Spence?
Spence, Henry. So Spence's tag is just Spence. Henry's tag is lowercase hero. And they're both Madison players. One of them plays Fox. One of them, they both play Fox. Now that I think about
Oh, is Spence blonde?
it, I have no idea. He's Caucasian. Does that help?
They
Because
were Caucasian.
Henry is not Caucasian.
Okay. I was playing with a Marth main and a Fox main, and I didn't know their tags. I should have asked.
Yeah, you should probably ask people's tags. I couldn't tell you who the Marth player was, but you probably played with either Spence or lowercase hero. Because when I went into Spence's stream, they're like, "We met your boy Freefall," and I was like, "Oh shit, that guy's got world record in Lego Star Wars," and they were like, "Oh shit."
Did you say that?
I'm pretty sure I
That's
brought it up
amazing.
almost immediately.
I hope I go tomorrow and they mention that.
You'll have to go with a copy of Lego Star Wars, and then just like be like, "Yo, it's a set up tournament," and then just take the disc out.
There were open setups there, which is wild to me. But
Dude, you could definitely set up Lego Star Wars and just moonwalk around Dexter's Diner instead of like warming up for real.
Yeah.
Just like, hold on, let me just do a hand warmer.
It's like, this is my warm up.
Yeah.
Moonwalking is in this game. It's in that game. It applies.
They both have like what I would consider to be like ledge cancels.
They both have double laser. Short hop double
That's
laser.
true. That's true. Yeah, if you're a gun character, you're basically Falco. Did you ever play
is the Falco of Lego Star Wars?
Did you ever play the NASCAR game for the GameCube, Chase for the Cup?
No, I don't even know it.
Well, it's a NASCAR game. It was, you go in circles a lot. It was kind of fun because like the best version of NASCAR is the version where you're in the race, but you are in you're not in any danger, so you have no qualms about just killing everyone with a car wreck.
Yeah, there are a lot of games like that.
It really boils down.
I'm not doing this in real life.
That game boiled down to how big of a crash could you make, and the answer was all of the crash.
Oh man, dude, you want to know what my favorite? Okay, well, my favorite car game of all time is
Cars.
Excite Truck. No.
Oh, I was wrong.
That's my favorite Disney animated movie about anthropomorphic cars, though.
Oh, really? Well, that's okay.
Yeah, I think Cars would have to take that award. But
I guess it's not a Disney movie, but I was going to reference Brave Little Toaster when they're all getting murdered in the junkyard.
It's just a small car that holds bread. It's the same thing.
Wait, do you think? Wait.
Did
you think I was implying that Brave Little Toaster was a car? There's just cars in the movie Brave Little Toaster.
Oh, well, are they anthropomorphic though?
Yeah, they sing a song called "Worthless" as they're getting murdered in a junkyard.
Wow. So
Yeah.
Cars isn't even the best Disney movie with
Well,
anthropomorphic cars.
I don't think Brave Little Toaster is a Disney movie. It's just an animated movie. It's by the same
Okay.
people that made like Fern Gully, which again, pretty sure that's not Disney.
You remember Herbie Fully Loaded?
I remember it existing. I couldn't tell you the plot. You know,
Me neither. I just
I bet
remember it coming out, and I was like disturbed greatly.
I wish. I wish they would make. I wish they would put Herbie in a Twisted Metal game.
He's just DLC.
Yeah.
And the kids are like, what?
What?
It's like,
DLC.
come on. He's from a movie, 2005.
Yeah, you
Two
know,
and a half stars on Rotten Tomatoes.
Lindsay Lohan, for some reason, is in
Wait,
that movie.
she is in that movie?
Pretty sure she's the star of it. I'm gonna Google it.
Was she like a little girl?
Yeah.
I can't imagine adult Lindsay Lohan would be like, fuck yeah, I'll be in Herbie Fully Loaded.
So yes, it's got Lindsay Lohan in it. On the cover of the DVD, she looks like Wendy, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's from 2005, and she was born in 1986. So yeah, she was 21.
She's my brother's age.
Your brother's 33?
Yes.
Michael?
No.
Oh.
Michael is 20.
Well,
But he's
she was
19, actually.
She was 21 when she decided to be in the film Herbie Fully Loaded. Just letting you know.
She was 21 and she looked like Wendy.
These are the only facts about the movie I know.
That's probably all anyone took away from that movie.
They're like, wow, that fast food mascot
there was a car in it.
Like, that fast food mascot is able to drink legally. The review of Herbie Fully Loaded by me. Anyway. Dude, did you play Twisted Metal with like your brother?
No. I don't. Is Twisted Metal the one where it's like a beat 'em up, sort of?
Yeah, your cars that have weapons on them and you just kill each other.
That sounds race. Great.
Yeah. I know, it's super sick. It's like a battle royale with murder cars.
I think I was thinking of Metal Slug. Is that what it's called?
That is a run and gun.
Yeah.
Like
I've seen Mango play that game.
Like, yeah, that game is pretty sick. They had it in the laundromat by my house when I was a kid, and I would play a fuck ton of Metal Slug. Yeah, it was fun.
What a great name too. Metal Slug.
My favorite laundromat era like arcade console was Dynamite Cop, a blatant Die Hard parody. That was called Dynamite Cop. First of all, it had quick time events. You fought a giant squid in the bottom of a boat. There was item play, so you could like pick up items in the rooms, and other than that, it was your basic like 2-button beat 'em up, like like the Simpsons.
Yeah,
beat 'em up game. It was kind of like that, but trying to be Die Hard, and it's called Dynamite Cop. You could pick one of 3 extremely similar cops at the beginning to be a white one, a black one, and then a white girl. And they all had basically the same height and like width. Slightly different heads, I guess. And for some reason, the black guy had a pet monkey, but it was only featured in the cutscenes. You couldn't like be the monkey. Anyways, you would run from room to room, and it would load in, and you like kind of run through the door and like kind of skid on your heels, like whoa, there's danger in here. And then the camera would pan out, and it would show like who was in the room you had to fight. And you had like basic punch, basic kick, grab, and then you could pick up furniture and items and vending machines in the room and chuck them at stuff.
You could pick up vending machines?
Yeah. Damn. That wasn't like in every room. That was just, an example of like, yeah, it was like just grab stuff in the environment and whip it at people. And yeah, it was cool. If you look up Dynamite Cop, it is a garbage game that you could play in like laundromats for a quarter.
Dude,
and
I think everyone had like that one arcade cabinet of like a pretty mediocre game, but you just loved it because it was convenient to play it.
Yeah.
There were a couple at my middle school. Devin might remember, but I would literally go to my middle school dances just so that I could play 4-player NBA Jam in the cafeteria. That was the only reason I went.
What did you like dance with the machine? Was that?
Well, it was like the gym area was where the dancing and the stuff was happening, and then like the cafeteria had like air hockey. It had those and like some other stuff I can't remember, but
chairs.
Yeah. Chairs. I'm sure there were.
Looking back, I'm sure there were
those?
chairs.
Yeah, we're talking 10+ years ago now, which is insane. But,
yeah. Only 4 years after Herbie Fully Loaded came out.
That's actually. I wish I didn't know that.
It's like the way we split up time. It's like before Herbie Fully Loaded, and then everything after Herbie Fully Loaded.
2004 BH before Herbie.
Then it's like 2020 AHFL
after Herbie Fully Loaded.
Yeah, we should make Rock the Team tags AHFL 2005.
That would be very obscure.
That's never stopped me before, sir.
Yeah, that's true.
Plus, they'll listen to this podcast to get all the backstory.
Right. It'll be like a nice reference to our show.
Mm-hmm. Go to our merch site and buy Herbie Fully Loaded hoodie. Definitely legally questionable to just sell other movies merch, but there we are. What if Herbie was only partially loaded? Do you think he'd get a movie, or would they wait?
Maybe that was like the trailer for the movie.
Oh yeah.
They were like, "You're not ready for the full length yet, but we can at least, hype people up."
It just sounds like the gay porn parody would be almost indistinguishable from the actual movie itself.
Yeah, you don't even have to change the title.
Yeah, Herbert Full of Loads is like unnecessary. You could just keep it as Herbie Fully Loaded. Just a man with like headlights on his forehead. The Wendy's logo, but it's definitely like
the Wendy's logo.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, there would definitely be like a Lindsay Lohan lookalike.
Or it's Dave from Wendy's.
Dave from Wendy's?
Yeah, like the Wendy's guy? Like the Colonel Sanders of Wendy's?
There's a Colonel Sanders of Wendy's?
Yeah, it's so Wendy is the girl. Dave is her father who like started the company and named it after her.
That's so dumb.
I am shocked you didn't know about Dave.
I know about Wendy, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about Dave.
It's not called Dave's.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, that's okay. Well, now you get some lore.
If it was called Dave and Wendy's, I'd be like, well, now I want to know about Dave. What's his story?
Dave is my Jigglypuff.
Yeah, that's different, though. I hope. I hope your Dave isn't like an homage to the owner of Wendy's.
I actually wouldn't be surprised if there's another player out there in the universe right now who is either named Dave and plays Jigglypuff, or plays Jigglypuff with the Dave tag. I just think it's probably happening, or happened, or will happen again.
What a world!
What's your go-to order at Wendy's?
At Wendy's? Dude, I don't know. I usually get like, don't they have mad good Frosties?
Yeah, that's where you start. You start with Frosty.
Yeah, that's like a given. And then it's just based on whatever I want, really. I don't have like a go-to.
I've ordered food at Wendy's just so I wasn't the fat guy who just ordered 2 Frosties. I've definitely ordered food just so that wasn't the only thing I had, but all I wanted was
fine,
Frosties.
I'll have a legitimate meal, I guess.
It's more like I'll have 2 large Frosties, 1 chocolate, 1 vanilla, and a small fries.
Yeah.
And
dude, then you can just dip the fries in the Frosty.
That's the play. That's the play.
That's the play for sure. Is there like a Slay the Spire card where it's like there's a fries card and then a Frosty card, and if you combine them, you like become OP?
That sounds. If it's not in the game already, I will right away. I want to see the Dave combo happen. It's like the classes you can play when Slay the Spire comes out. It's gonna be like Ironclad, Silent, Defect, Watcher, and Dave.
I just imagine you writing a letter like, "Dear Dave Spire." It's like every owner of everything is named Dave.
I mean, I'm down with that fan theory. Who do you think owns famous Daves? A guy named Dave.
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
Dave and Buster's. Probably Dave.
Yeah, I think you're onto something. That's 3. Why keep naming things? We've already convinced ourselves it's real. Let's talk about the musical group Rush for just a moment here.
Taking a turn.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say no.
Reach over, grab the wheel. We're going down Rush Avenue, if you don't mind. It's a red barchetta.
All right.
I recently made a playlist of Rush songs from the 80s. And I know you did as well.
Yes.
We're gonna dedicate more time to the band, but I came across a song I had not heard in a while. I know you know it. Have you actually heard the song Tai Shan?
Yeah, I've heard it.
I think it's okay. I don't think it's as big of a meme as I was led to believe. I'm not sure if I'd ever heard it before.
I think it's like just there are a lot of songs that are similar in quality, I think. I don't think it's necessarily about it being a bad song. I think they're just embarrassed, like, about what it's about, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like what the lyrics are saying. But, yeah, I don't think it's a terrible song, really. It's just fun to meme on, because they meme on it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go to that song on, like, YouTube, the comments are like, "This is my favorite Rush song. I can't believe they don't like it."
They said it's their favorite?
Yeah, people in the comments will be like, they don't like a lot of that. Will just be like, "This song's awesome. This song's sick." It's like people know that Rush doesn't like it, but they like it anyway. Dude, there's Tai Shan fans out there. Just saying.
Yeah.
This was news to me.
Dude, I think it's really hard to, like, have that good of a grasp on, like, the songwriting process and just write hot garbage. Like, I don't think that really happens.
Yeah.
There's gonna be value in probably anything they put out.
It's with the little exceptions, it's kind of like there's almost no world where like Leffen doesn't make it out of pools.
Right, yeah.
He could get wobbled now that I think about it. But there's no wobbling equivalent in making Rush songs.
Your drummer disappears, maybe?
Oh no, that took a morbid turn. He's gone. Oh no!
He's gone. Snapped out of existence.
Who will play the drums and write all of our lyrics? Because he's almost 2 members of a 3-man band, which is hilarious.
Also, we talked about Billy Squier the other day. And we were like, maybe we should do an episode on him. Not of Idiot Box, obviously, but of Quig's music show. So I listened to Don't Say No.
Yeah.
That's a really good album.
It's so good. You're like, I could listen to his greatest hits. And then I think I messaged you like, you don't even need to. Just listen to this one album.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. There was one, like, sad banger on there. I can't remember the name of. But that was, like, the one that wasn't a hit that stood out to me. I can't remember what it's called.
So Herbie Partially Loaded.
Herbie Partially Loaded by Billy Squier. It's called Nobody Knows.
Oh.
It's dedicated to the life of John Lennon.
Oh.
Interesting. Thank you, Wikipedia.
What if I wrote that? Got him.
It's dedicated to Idiot Box and Herbie Fully Loaded.
dedicated to the life of the guy with the giant hat from Lego Star Wars. And I'm like, Joey, it's real. It's on Wikipedia.
I just hear you furiously typing.
It's not there when you first pull it up, and then I ask you slightly to hit. Holy shit.
It's like, before
Breaking
you
news.
look that up, are you sure you don't have to use the bathroom? Are you sure? Just in case.
Just leave me alone on Wikipedia for like 30 seconds. I was always scared when I was in my old job where I had way too much free time. I would just browse Wikipedia and hit random article. I was so scared I was gonna get like bukkake or
just cock and ball torture.
Yeah, exactly. Just like it comes up, I'm at work, my history is being monitored, just like oops. I don't know how I was gonna explain it.
I mean, to be fair, they probably still think you're psychotic if you were just clicking on random articles.
I don't know if that makes you look psychotic. I would have nothing to look at, so I would just click that until I found something interesting and then like read about Salem witch trials or I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Just some random shit. But I was worried that I wonder if Wikipedia has a built-in filter of some pages that you just can't accidentally roll because there are some graphic Wikipedia articles about stuff where you're like, huh, that didn't need a bunch of pictures.
I'm guessing you've played the Wikipedia game.
What is the Wikipedia game?
Oh, okay. So you just think of any two things.
Herbie Fully Loaded.
Okay.
Papa Roach the band.
Okay, yeah. So you start on the Wikipedia page for Herbie Fully Loaded, and then using only hyperlinks, you have to find your way to
Papa Roach.
Yeah.
Should we try it?
It's really fun.
I'm going to try it. I'll tell you what I get on my side. So we're trying to go from Herbie Fully Loaded to Papa Roach.
Yes.
All right, let me start on Herbie Fully Loaded. You guys can't see my screen, so I'll tell you my problem.
Yes.
I love that Herbie Fully Loaded.
Yeah, why did this become suddenly a theme of the episode?
Okay, so you can't type anything. You just click things.
Right, exactly.
All right. Let me think here. Trying to get to Papa Roach. Well, let's go to the soundtrack. Maybe we got a winner right there. There are, More Than a Feeling, a cover of Boston by Ingrid Hill on the soundtrack to her.
Nice.
Just letting you know. Also Jump by Van Halen.
That's in that movie?
It's the most expensive song on the soundtrack.
Now I want to see Herbie Fully Loaded.
I just want to listen to the soundtrack.
Van Halen. Another band I could do an episode on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, let's try. Oh man, I don't know
what's up, Devin.
Hi, Devin. I don't know who any of these people are in the soundtrack. All right, I'm gonna type. Okay, from a genre.
Honestly?
I think I got there.
Okay.
Genre rock. So now I'm into the rock music page. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
And then subgenres. We're gonna go to. What are they?
Roach music.
They're new metal, aren't they? Yeah. They get to new metal.
What was their song? It was like
cut my life into pieces.
This is my last resort.
Yeah, it's like a Guy Fieri Flavortown banger if I've ever fucking heard it. Sorry, you said honestly before and I cut you off.
I think I was gonna say something along the lines of like, honestly, I can't think of a single Papa Roach song. But then I was like, oh, there was that one. NSP's new covers, under the covers song lineup. Yeah, I saw it. I can't remember it too well. I think Closer to the Heart was on there.
I got there in 3.
You found him?
Technically 4.
Wait. Okay. So you went to rock.
Let me backpedal here.
Okay.
Alright, technically it was 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so from Herbie Fully Loaded, if you scroll down to the soundtrack section, on the right side, there's Herbie Fully Loaded soundtrack by various artists released 2001, genre pop, comma rock, and rock takes you to rock music. Then I clicked heavy metal subgenres. From heavy metal subgenres, I scrolled down to new metal, and then I clicked Papa Roach, which is listed in like the example bands. So I got there in 5 clicks.
It's fun, right? It's a good game.
Yeah, dude. If it was timed,
it is. There's a website where you like it just auto generates stuff for you to find, and it times you.
That just sounds stressful. Speedrunning Wikipedia.
Well, it counts up. It doesn't count down.
Damn it. It's like a new game, dude.
Yeah.
A new thing to grind. Well, that was fun. I put way too much effort into that. My time would have been bad, but in terms of like efficiency, I think I did it about as efficiently as can be done, short of just typing in Papa Roach and hitting enter.
Yeah, no, 5 clicks was way less than I thought.
I might be prodigy at the world's dumbest game.
Why did you think of Papa Roach?
I don't know. You said think of 2 things.
Yeah.
All right, think of 2 things. Think of 2 things.
Lego Star Wars and peanut butter.
See, why'd you think of peanut butter?
Because there's peanut butter in my room.
I'm surrounded by Guy Fieri's and roaches right now.
Nice.
That's why I thought of Papa Roach.
I'm surrounded by my Papa Roach posters and
the band Herbie Papa Roach is here.
Is in my search history.
It's in my DVD player. I wish that. Do you think that Papa Roach ever considered as like a slogan for their band? Once you Papa, you just can't stop a.
Wait, really?
I don't know. I made that up.
Oh. You're asking me if I think that's a thing?
Like, do you think that they would consider? Like, do you think if I pitched that to them, they would put that on like t-shirts?
Honestly, in 2019, they're probably desperate for anything. So maybe
they're probably playing like car shows and motorcycle shows featuring cars.
Dude, do you remember Hoobastank?
I couldn't tell you one Hoobastank song, but I was there when they were around.
Reason is you.
Oh yes. Oh, that's the one. That's the one. I thought they Hooba stunk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
They Hooba stunk for sure.
I wonder how many.
I'm gonna name this episode Hooba Stunk.
Please no. Don't give them any more attention than they already.
Actually, no. I'm gonna name it Herbie Partially Loaded. Is it Herbie with an IE?
What about Hooba Partially Loaded?
Too many bits, dude. Too many. Oh man.
What about Herbie Popally Roaded?
Popally Roaded.
I tried to work Papa Roach in there. It didn't quite take.
Dude, Herbie Partially Loaded is an amazing title.
Yeah, it's a little bizarre, but it's good.
That's so funny because like as I was starting the stream, I was like writing the title and I'm like, I don't have a title for this episode, so I'll just say episode 3. And if I had known then that the name was about to be Herbie Partially Loaded, I probably would have lost my shit for like 10 minutes.
That's Herbie Partially Loaded is what the movie would be if you only watched it halfway through.
You just like had to go to soccer practice. You're like, pause. Herbie Partially Loaded. I have to go.
And then you die doing soccer activities, and so you die with Herbie only partially loaded in your mind. Yeah. So when scientists examine your brain,
you come back home and you're like, I did not enjoy the first half of that movie, and you just put it back in its case.
You own a copy of a movie you don't like. You bring it to the public library where it belongs. Did you ever get movies from the public library?
No. But actually, I got I actually got a bunch of Rush albums from the library once. I remember. Like, the reason I ever heard Counterparts and Retrospective 3 was because they were at the library. And I just downloaded all of them.
I definitely listened to the same exact CD of Counterparts as you.
Really?
I remember it being there.
Appleton Public Library?
Appleton Public Library, where they had 2 Rush CDs and they weren't great, but they were there.
Hilarious.
Yeah, definitely Counterparts for sure. We've listened to the same fucking physical disc of that.
Do you know, like, what year you
Probably
got it?
2012.
Dude, what the fuck? Me too.
Oh, that's upsetting.
What the?
We go to Appleton Public Library. You open the inside case, and then you like go back, and they have all the stamps, you know, of like when it was checked out. Those are the only 2.
But I remember I was there with my girlfriend Sarah at the time, and I only dated her in 2012.
Oh shit! That was the year I dated Sarah. What the fuck?
What?
All right, think of a number 1 through 4.
4.
2. All right, thank goodness. That could have gone real bad.
Thank God.
Oh, thank goodness.
You know, at least we confirmed we're different people. What if I was just like, for 2?
For 2? But you know what'd be weird is if I also went for 2. And like, oh!
You sounded like Marill from Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like Marill. Although I say Meryl like a normal person.
Meryl.
Meryl. That's what it says. Meryl. In Pokemon, or sorry, in Smash rather, when you get the Meryl Pokeball,
she's like Meryl.
No, hold on.
Yes, she does.
Let me pull up the soundbite. I think she goes
she's Meryl. Like Meryl.
I thought it said Meryl twice. There we go.
Meryl Streep.
All right, here we go. Oh, it definitely. Oh, hold on. Let me listen to it one more time. It definitely sounds like she's saying Meryl. Here, I'll post it in the chat. She says it like, if you just click play, you'll hear it immediately.
She's like, Meryl. It's exactly what I thought it sounded like. It's true.
I definitely hear Meryl. Is this like the fucking...
is this the Yanni?
Oh, man. Well, I hear Laurel. I hear Meryl, but it's, you know...
I actually heard Laurel. Then my mom said Yanni. And I'm like, Mom, that's because you're 58. She's saying Laurel.
Oh, man. Is that another movie starring Herbie the Love Bug? Or...
What?
The Mandela Effect.
The Mandela Effect? That's... I think he's just talking about the actual, like, phenomenon.
Oh, yeah.
Where you remember things differently.
I don't know if that's true in this case, because I literally am listening to the clip and still think Meryl is saying Meryl, but I don't think it's like a memory loss or trick, but you're right, it is fucked up. Did you know that the movie Herbie Fully Loaded never actually existed? Yeah, we all just we that's why no one has seen it. We all just imagine
it doesn't exist.
Just a collective like.
It's like, yeah, you know that movie about a talking car that you made up? Yeah, you made that up.
Yeah,
it's like there's no way.
You know how you've never seen Herbie Fully Loaded and you never will. Yeah, we all feel like that. That movie doesn't exist.
That movie never came out, actually.
That's a conspiracy theory I could like just throw all my weight behind, which is just
nobody would like know well enough.
Yeah,
to be like, hey, I actually saw it. There's no way.
I would, even if they did, I'd just be like, no, dude, Mandela Effect. You only remember seeing it.
No, you just saw cars and you thought it was like live action.
Yeah. What's your guys' favorite movie? I have a few.
What's my favorite movie?
My answer is really fast. It's whenever I get asked that question, I just say off the top of my head, The Blues Brothers. I have other movies I've seen more and probably even like more, but that's just my default answer if I
Yeah.
don't want to get.
Dude, I wish I was more into movies. I'm not. I don't super enjoy them too much. But I really like the Disney Robin Hood a lot. I have a lot of nostalgia for that movie.
For Halloween, I should go as Lil Jon, and then you just
Robin
so,
Hood and Little
so
John run through the forest.
yeah,
That'd be
pop
sick.
it up and put the boo to be. I don't know the words, but that's the lyrics.
This and this and this and that, and having such a good time. Hoodalally, golly, what a day.
So that's not my favorite movie, but I like that song. That song sounds sick. I will say, I have a startling amount of affection for the movie A Bug's Life.
You
I
referenced it on stream earlier.
Yeah, I know that was just a coincidence. Uh, so here's the thing: you're younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, did you have a VHS tape player when you were a kid?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Whatever movies I had for my VHS, I would watch minimum like 40 times over the course of years
That
and
was
years
me
of
with Robin
childhood.
Hood. Yeah.
Yes, so that was me with Bugs Life, Jingle All the Way, um, the Arnold Schwarzenegger Christmas movie starring Sinbad and Jim Belushi. Um, let's see, the Rugrats movie that came out. Oh, you just watch that shit all the time? I've been there. They used to release the Power Rangers on VHS, and they would put 2 episodes on the VHS thing, and I
Yeah.
would I would watch just 2 episodes of Power Rangers all the time. It
That's
was the one.
hilarious.
It was the one where the Green Ranger showed up, and the one where the Green Ranger fought all the Power Rangers. That was the 1-2 punch. And he used trash can lids as a projectile. It was fucking sick.
Ooh.
I
Sick.
know. No wonder I watched it way too many times. But here's why I bring that up. Uh, A Bug's Life was like the first movie I ever had that I just inexplicably would watch every day after school for some reason. And so now when I watch clips of it on YouTube, it's fucking nuts. I can quote it a lot, like huge sections of A Bug's Life,
I'm
word
a
for word.
beautiful butterfly.
I am a beautiful butterfly. Dude, my man Heimlich was going in. I
I
also love
look.
how Brad Garrett is the voice of Dim when he's just like, bye bye. And he like picks up PT Flea's like entire circus.
Yeah.
Rosie is his like weird like mom and also spider trainer. Like there's a lot going on there. Also, I love when PT Flea gets whipped into the sticky paper and starts on fire. Tuck
Yeah.
and roll. Tuck and roll.
Dude, oh, if I watched that movie today,
Mm-hmm.
that would be the biggest like nostalgia throwback ever. Because that was one that I watched a ton too, but I legit probably haven't seen it in 15 years.
Hopper's gonna squish my mom. Oh shit! We got to get back there. That's not the quote, but my man Flick, like genuinely first anime protagonist I ever saw. He just had to save the town, man. He had to save the town, and they build a giant ass fucking mech. It's a bird. They build a giant ass fucking mech. They fight off all the grasshoppers. There's that fight in the end when it's raining and the globs of
Yeah.
water are fucking huge. It's just like dramatic. Holy shit! I don't know, man. I could have been a weeb.
Isn't that like the solution? It could have been a weave for Bug's Life.
Yeah, dude.
You're
I'm a
like, dude,
bug.
Flick-kun husbando.
Oh, dude. I actually no. I'm a big fan of Francis the Ladybug. I think he's one of my favorite characters. Just because I'm a ladybug automatically makes me a girl. It's fly boy, and it's like, holy shit, Francis.
Who is the stick
Yeah, I like that
bug?
man. Stickbug. Fuck. I forget his name. He was voiced by the guy from Lost in Space though, so he had a really distinctive voice.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Wait, no, he's not voiced by him. He's voiced from Niles Fraser, Fraser Crane's brother.
Sick.
I can't remember the name of the Stickbug guy. I could Google it, but I would love to think of it on my own, but I really can't.
Dude, I could probably name right now every scene in Bug's Life I like vaguely remember.
All right. Here's a hint. It starts off with a shot of a field. Go.
Yeah, for sure. One that sticks out definitely is when they're in the tavern or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and then the big grasshopper guy is like giving a speech, and he says something that I can't remember what he says, but it always like stuck out to me.
He so they're in like a sombrero, and there's a bunch of grain in like a big glass tube,
Yeah.
and they're sitting at the like this equivalent of a bar. Yeah, I'm getting there, Devin. I'm getting there. And so Hopper, basically,
Hopper.
Hopper's the name of the bad guy.
Yeah.
He's voiced by Kevin Spacey, which is
He was
one of
badass, by the way.
he was so badass,
Yeah.
dude. So Hopper, what's up, Stooge? We're talking about Bug's Life for some reason. So Hopper, here's the thing: Hopper is in this bar with all his gang, Hopper's gang. They're all grasshoppers.
Yeah.
And the grasshoppers are basically like they have so much grain and so much food, they have no reason to go back to the ants and fuck them up. And basically, they're talking about it like, let's just stay here. We have more than enough food, no big deal. And then Hopper like does this thing where he's like, "Oh, you're right. You know what? That was right, guys. That was good idea. No big deal." And then one of the grasshoppers just goes like, he's talking about the ant that stood up to him, which is Flick when he tells him to put Dot down. He's got Dot by the head, just terrifying.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's like, it's just one ant, and then Hopper goes, "You're right," super sarcastic. "You're right. It was just one ant." And then he takes one piece of grain out and he whips it at the dude's chest. And he does it again, and then he fucking ends that fool.
Yeah, I remember this.
He's like, "Did this hurt?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "How about that?" "No." And then he goes, "How about this?"
And then he like
ends my dude, ends him, and then he just climbs on the pile of grain, and he's like, "That's why we're going back." And then he goes, "Let's ride." And they fucking fly out of the sombrero, fuck shit up.
Yeah, that's what it was. I remember him like going like, "Well, how about this?" And then just fucking destroying that guy. Oh, man.
Another pretty funny part of that is that his brother Mort is just the comic effect of the gang.
Dude, okay, that was another scene I remember.
Molt, I'm sorry, I got it wrong.
Is he the one that's like super crazy? And then at one point he like kicks a baby or something?
No, that's Thumper.
Okay.
Thumper's like the rabid grasshopper for some reason.
Yeah.
And you don't like Thumper? And Dot's like basically held in front of him by like and that's when Flick goes, "Let the girl go," or whatever the fuck the anime protagonist in, like a motherfucker. But yeah, Thumper is this weird, like you say, like crazy grasshopper that they just keep on a leash like a fucking beast. Also, can grasshoppers go insane? I don't really know if that's a thing, but whatever. Another thing I like about that movie is that Flick doesn't get any credit from any of the characters for being a goddamn like genius with just like twigs and leaves, because he makes some crazy shit and they all kind of look at him like, "You fucking idiot, you loser." But like, dude, he makes some crazy shit.
Did they make a fake bird?
Yeah, that's like the whole third act is grasshoppers hate birds. We'll make a big fake bird and swing it around.
Yeah, they have the shadow or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. And then the other thing is that the bird crashes. Hopper's like, "I got you," and then a real bird fucks up Hopper. Spoilers.
That scene was disturbing.
He gets fed to the babies. It's fucking gross. But before that, they're flying through the rain, and the rain is fucking huge compared to. God, I love that movie. It's mostly nostalgia. I'll give you that, but it's just burned into my brain in a weird way.
I also remember there's a scene where they're like, it's the girls, like, who's the little girl? Dot.
Dot is the baby princess.
Yeah, it's then like her and a bunch of other people hiding in like a flower, and then she looks out and like sees the grasshoppers outside. I remember that for some reason.
There's a plot point where Dot can't fly because her wings are, and she does
Hmm.
at the end. She gets like kicked off of a flower, and she's like falling to her death.
Yeah.
And then she starts flying, which is scared me as a kid. I was like, oh, that she's fucking dead.
That baby is dead.
She also has one of the lines in the movie that's just burned into my brain forever, which is Dot runs up to all the circus bugs that are trying to leave, and she's trying to convince them to stay, and she says something along the lines of, "The grasshoppers came back. They're eating everything." And then and I heard Hopper say that when they're finished, Hopper's gonna squish my mom. And it's like, uh-oh, Hopper's gonna squish my mom is kid code for there's some shit about to go down. Uh, yeah, I think Princess Ada is the name of her mom, and Princess Ada's about to get fucked up if we don't go back and save them. So there's your third act. It's all the circus people fighting all the grasshopper people.
And then I remember they like shot corn at the end out of
Yeah,
the
as fireworks.
backpacks. Yeah.
Yeah. Very complicated maneuver to
What
make
a
fireworks.
weird movie.
Also, in the credits, they're rolling like a blooper reel where it's heavily implied the ants are actors that are playing characters that
They
can
did
like.
that in Toy Story too.
I know, but like it's so fucking weird. You just see Thumper, by the way. He's like, ah, pauses, stands up, and he's like, wait. Maybe I get my saliva in my mouth, and I try it again. Okay, all right, let's go again. Ah! It was like, what the fuck? Thumper was an actor just playing a crazy grasshopper this whole time.
Dude, what was that the movie where like before it started, they played like the chess short?
Yeah, yep, the chess one where the old guy plays himself.
The old guy plays himself, yeah.
Best Disney short of all time.
Dude, I remember watching that as a kid, and I was just so confused. I was like, this isn't Bugs Life. Like, what the fuck is this?
When do the bugs show up?
And like the guy kind of creeped me out too. I don't know why.
Which one?
The old guy.
It's only one.
Yeah,
guy.
the one that's playing.
Were you rooting for glasses or no glasses? I also love that he cheats against himself. That's just so funny that he cheats against himself.
Oh man,
I would love to do because we can't show the movie, but at some point I would love to record an audio commentary where we both watch A Bug's Life, and then we'll put it up somewhere so you can just listen to it while you play A Bug's Life and have me and Joey talk over A Bug's Life the whole time.
do you think if I just like streamed it and then we put the audio of the stream on SoundCloud or something,
yeah,
we wouldn't get in trouble?
No, if you just have the audio, it's fine. I just think if you straight up, it would just get taken down almost instantly. Just
well,
like,
no,
nope.
I mean on Twitch, like just show the movie.
Oh yeah. I think you could do that for sure.
Yeah. Oh, what's up? I just
maybe not now, but in general.
Yeah, no,
I'm super down to do Bug's Life commentary.
Yeah.
And then we'll put it up somewhere so you can listen to it while you watch it. And
that would be the biggest nostalgia trip, dude. I can't think of a movie that like is more cloudy in my mind, but I know I've seen it a million times.
That's a team tag I just posted, by the way. Just saying.
Bug's Life. Who's your favorite character? Is it
Hoppy? Well, he's the best character. I like Tuck and Roll, the pill bugs, a lot. They're really funny.
The pill bugs, yeah.
The pill bugs that like just make nothing noises and punch each other and fart and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I like them.
You like the Ladybug too?
I like Francis. I like P.T. Flea a lot, even though he's like a side character.
P.T. Flea?
P.T. Flea is pretty funny.
Who the hell is that?
He's the little flea who owns the circus that they all get fired from. There's that sequence where they're trying to do like a blindfolded routine, and somebody fucks it up, and so it's like Rosie spins a web, and then Dim like launches the pill bugs across the room, and they're supposed to get caught in the net, but they totally whiff, and they hit PT into like this fly paper that he gets stuck on, and then a bunch of matches. And
yeah,
he like rips all his hair off to get away, and then he's like celebrating, like I did it, and then it slowly folds and falls on him, and then bursts into flame, and then they all get fired. So, PT Flea, hilarious character, almost dies. Uh, yeah, but probably Tuck and Roll or Francis or
Sick.
Heimlich. Heimlich's fucking funny too, but
Heimlich.
he's like a one-trick pony. But what a trick it is!
The butterfly seat.
Yeah. At the end, he gets his wings. That's actually sick. They're tiny, but he gets them. I am a beautiful butterfly.
What are your other favorite movies? I probably haven't seen a lot of them, but just curious.
Uh, do you mean like that level of favorite, where it's just a thing I watch too much, like Space Jam is up there, but
Space Jam.
or do you mean like more recently?
Dude, confession, I've never seen Space Jam. Never.
Doo-doo.
Quakes? Okay.
I'm a
Probably heard of
little.
them.
I'm a little. I'm a little. Hmm.
Like,
I wonder. I
we
wonder
can't
if.
continue this show.
I wonder if you just missed the sweet spot for when it was like a must-watch movie,
Yeah,
because
I
I.
mean,
I
it,
definitely everybody I know who's my age is a huge Space Jam fan.
I think that's probably what it is. Because it came out in 96, right? And I was
Yeah,
born in 96.
you
So,
guys
like,
came out at the same time.
yeah. It's weird, though, because, like, I had older siblings, and usually
So,
stuff that was, like, a little bit older than me, I still got exposed to. But I never saw that movie.
we had the special edition VHS that came with a collectible coin with Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny on one side and the stars on, and I still have it like it's a collectible to this
Yeah.
day. Let me Google the Space Jam coin and see if I can find it for you.
The Space Jam coin.
I'm gonna go Space Jam coin eBay and see if it's worth anything more than like $1. It is
James
worth
and the Giant Peach.
about $5. It's going for about $5 most places.
I think I've seen James and the Giant Peach.
Her down smash is ridiculous. She just gets a super mushroom early in the movie,
Giant Peach.
spams down smash.
Yeah.
It's just yeah.
Poor James.
I'm trying to think of which melee character would be James.
Kirby.
Oh no, that's a bad matchup. What if it's like James McLeod?
Ooh.
Still a bad matchup.
Yeah. What if James McLeod is like a Fox clone, but he just sucks somehow?
Wasn't his dad named James McLeod?
I think so. Another good movie is Monsters Inc. That is a good movie.
That's pretty
I
good.
love when they randomly go to a cave, to the Yeti's cave,
Yeah.
and he just offers them snow cones.
Can I tell you something hilarious? The voice of the Abominable Snowman, exact same voice as P.T. Flea.
Nice.
He's like the same guy who's the voice of Ham in Toy Story. They just use him in like every Pixar movie as kind of like a joke.
Yeah.
That guy's voice of like, hey, he's in like Pixar. Yeah, he's P.T. Flea. He's the Abominable Snowman, and he's Ham from Toy Story. If we keep talking about Pixar movies, I'll keep thinking of who he is, but
Yeah.
he's in all of them somewhere.
Oh man, I've seen Monsters Inc. so many times too.
I've seen Toy Story a lot. I've seen Monsters Inc. a decent amount. I would say like maybe 10 times, maybe more than 10 times, but I've seen Toy Story to like a Bug's Life level of times. It's pretty crazy. Is he in Cars? Yeah, he's in Cars. I can tell you which character if you want.
I'll kidnap 1,000 children before I let this company die.
That's a great line. He plays. Hold on. Sorry, I gotta look up who this guy plays. His name's John Ratzenberger.
Ooh, what a last name.
It's a good last name. He plays Ham in Toy Story, P.T. Flea in A Bug's Life, the Abominable Snowman in Monsters Inc., the School of Moonfish in Flying Nemo.
Flying Nemo.
Finding Nemo. I'm sorry. He plays the Underminer in The Incredibles. He plays Mac the Truck in the Cars series. Mustafa the waiter in Ratatouille. John and Wally. Tom the construction worker in Up. Gordon the Guard and Brave, Fritz in Inside Out, Earl the Velociraptor in The Good Dinosaur, Bill the Crab in Finding Dory, and Juan Ortodoncia in Coco. I I am much more familiar with the first third of that list,
Yeah.
but
After a while, I was like, I don't know anymore.
yep.
I stopped being a kid.
Yeah, I was an adult and didn't watch those as much. There's gonna be some kid out there who's like their like childhood movie that they binged was like Coco or Up, probably Up.
Yeah. No, those already exist, dude. People like 2009 was like childhood years for probably more people than you think.
True, true.
I know a lot of people that look at like Mario Galaxy and that's like their Mario 64. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, how? It's so weird.
Yeah, I. Yeah, that's actually true. Now that you pointed out that like if you're just getting into a series and then it's kind of funny to imagine that like imagine somebody like just tagging in for the first Pokemon game they ever play is going to be Sword and Shield. Like it's going to be a
I'd
lot of
feel
kids.
sorry for them, at
They won't
least.
know any better though, you know.
Yeah.
They're gonna.
Dude, I
Imagine
feel
all the
that
kids.
big time with TV, actually. Like, the shows that were airing, like, when I stopped watching Nickelodeon, were just so trash, dude. Like, Fanboy and Chum Chum, fucking iCarly. It's like, man, these poor kids.
Imagine if your childhood was slightly different. Butterfly effect. You watch ants a fuck ton of times, but you never see a bug. You'd just be a worse person overall.
Yeah.
Probably be like a chic man.
It's like the
Ugh,
kid who had a Sega Genesis, but not a Super Nintendo.
that's literally me. But sure, yeah, go after me. Go after your boy. This is my first console ever, Joey. And you know what I used to play on that? Altered Beast with my dad.
Ooh.
Wholesome.
Dude, my dad was trash at video games.
Is that because he was wearing gloves and it made it hard for him to do stuff?
He probably was, honestly.
Just wearing green
Dude,
gloves.
I can count on one hand the number of times my dad has tried to play a game, but I
Is the hand
remember.
is the hand wearing a glove?
I hate this bit. I remember one time he was trying to do the 10th level on Monkey Ball 2,
Mm-hmm.
which is like not hard at all.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like legit grinding it. He just kept falling off. And he wouldn't stop. I'm like, Dad, I don't know if this is happening.
My dad was pretty like average at games. Like I would have to carry him through particularly difficult stretches of Borderlands or something, but for the most part, like right now he's playing Skyrim. Like I could call him right now, ask what he's doing, he's gonna say Skyrim. And
Is he
like
from like 2011?
no, the Skyrim's just really good, and they re-released it for the PS. So he's been he bought it again a month ago. It's not like he's been playing it the whole time.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
he was like, I don't know what to buy, and he went to the store and he was like, nothing really jumping out at me. I'm just gonna play Skyrim again. So I know if I call him right now, he'll be playing Skyrim. But when I was little, we had a Sega Genesis, and then we had a PlayStation 1, and so I just avoided Nintendo
You were
consoles
just
for a while.
deprived. Yeah.
But then when I got a GameCube and a Game Boy Advance, ooh boy,
Oof.
you couldn't fucking stop me. I was just
Yeah.
like, this is ever. There were some good games for the Genesis and the PS1 though that I did play to a comically like stupid amount considering how bad they were, or just like meme tier they were. I don't think this game is bad, by the way, but I played like probably a collective like 150 hours of Abe's Odyssey and Abe's Oddworld or whatever it was called. I just
Sick.
love that game.
That's a
Super
Genesis
good.
title?
I think that was a PS1 title.
Oh,
For the Genesis, I would play Earthworm Jim all the fucking time. That was my jam in
Yeah.
Earthworm. That is for the Genesis. Definitely Earthworm Jim.
Ooh, Echo the Dolphin.
Ooh.
I played a lot of that. What other Genesis games? Alex Kidd. That game sucked.
Road Rage. Good call. Good call.
Ooh, have you ever played Gain Ground?
Mm-mm.
Do you know what Gain Ground is? That's probably my favorite Genesis game outside of like Sonic 2 and Sonic 3. Gain Ground is like a overhead sort of like top-down shooter game where
Okay.
basically you have to kill all the enemies on the map and you have a selection of characters you can use and like choose from to do so.
Mm-hmm.
But if one of them dies, um, you have they like lay idle on the map basically, and you have to save them with another character. But if you die again trying to save them, they're gone forever.
Oh
Basically,
shit!
yeah. And basically, you're just seeing how far into the game you can get, and
It's
it's
like
super good.
it's like fucking. Oh shit!
Hello?
Sorry, I was reading Devin's
Oh yeah, this
monster of a
chat.
paragraph.
Zoe 101 was actually good though. I don't know if I ever gave it a chance, honestly. There were a couple shows I didn't watch at all. Like those girly ones.
Did you watch? Did you ever see? Oh no, I don't remember the name of it. Hold on. Fuck. Hold on.
Was it
I
like
want
a
to.
live action
It was the
show?
one. It was the one with like action figures.
Action figures. On Nick?
Yeah, it was on Nickelodeon.
Then I probably saw
Was it
it.
Kablam? I think it was Kablam.
I don't know,
Yeah,
Kablam.
Action League Now. That's what I'm
Maybe if
looking
I
for.
saw it. Hold on.
Yeah, Kablam Action League Now. There you go.
What the hell is this show?
Action League Now. Are you looking at it?
Final episode date, January 2000. There you go. I did not. This was before my time.
All right. That shit was funny. Did you ever see Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I've heard about it, yeah.
I feel like that was from the same before you were like able to comprehend television age.
Yeah. Also would have scared me shitless, I'm
Oh,
sure.
it was fucking scary when I was little.
Yeah.
There's one where the kids are in like a high school, and then I think they get snowed in or something. They can't go home, and in the middle of the night they like start walking around the school to explore. They go in the basement, and the teachers are growing dinosaur eggs in the basement for like
What?
their dinosaur god. And then they see the kids, so then they know the kids are onto them and shit.
What the fuck?
It fucked me up because I had to go to school. Teachers were there. We had a basement. Oh my god, it was.
Sounds scary as hell, dude. You know what
Yeah.
I did watch as a kid? Goosebumps.
Oh shit.
That shit was freaky. They like really they knew how to like make very unsettling plots. There was actually a very similar episode of that where a guy was like growing like killer plants in his basement or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then like by the end he becomes a plant.
Here's a weird thing that I remember from an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? This is 100% true. It doesn't have anything to do with the episode. It doesn't matter what the episode was. There's like a character building part of an episode where and again it's for kids, so the actors in the show are like 11 or 12.
Mm-hmm.
And they do this thing that's like, I would call it a joke, but it's not really, you're not going to laugh at it at all.
Yeah.
But it's like meant for the entertainment of like other 11-year-olds. It's like a brother and a sister are like exploring this abandoned building, and they go to like the boys' room of this. So it's like a boys' bathroom, and there's the urinals against the wall, and they imply that the girl has never seen. And it's the kind that are like they go all the way to the floor, so they're not
Yeah.
like the bowl that's hanging out of the wall. They're like the ones that are like they kind of look like a rectangle. That
Yeah.
kind of And she goes like, "What are these?" And he's like, "Oh, it's for washing your feet." And so she just like splashes her feet around in the bottom of the urinal. He's like, "You got to push this button." So you push the button, and the water comes down. And she's like, "Oh, I wonder why we don't have these in the girls' room."
That's disgusting.
And I was like, "What the fuck is that? What the fuck are you afraid of the dark? What are
That's
you
a
doing?
really good bit, actually. That's really funny.
I thought it was. It's haunted me for so long.
It's
It's
for
like,
washing your feet.
yeah, just like, why is that in there? That's. Oh man,
Oh boy.
that is
You
just
probably can't use a urinal without thinking of that.
not the way they want me to.
Yeah.
It's for washing your feet. You know, like, oh man, and she fucking does it, which isn't that bad. It's not like gross poop is in there or anything, but I just remember being like, oh, you just took his word for it?
Yeah.
Just rubbing your feet in the urinal water?
Ed,
Maybe
and
that's what
Eddie
they.
was the shit. I was not allowed to watch that show, actually.
Your
There were
parents.
3 shows that my mom didn't let me watch for some reason.
Okay.
It was Ed, and Eddie, Billy and Mandy, and Courage the Cowardly Dog.
I mean, she's. Two of those, I totally understand why, just from the art, you'd be like, yeah, I don't want
Yeah.
my kid to watch the Grim Reaper show.
Mm-hmm.
Or, what was the other one? Oh, Courage. Courage has some fucked up.
Yeah.
But I don't know why she would be against Ed, Ed, and Eddie. They're just 3 normal kids. Well, maybe Ed is mentally retarded, but other than that,
Yeah.
and even then,
I'm
that's like
just...
sort of standard, right? Like I've met people that look kind of like Ed, and they're like, it's fine.
I can't remember what her issue was with that show, but yeah,
She's
those
like,
are 3 shows I've just like never seen.
she's like, there's no way they're all named Edward and they're all friends. This is horrible. My mom would not let me watch The Simpsons or South Park, so of course
Well, that makes sense.
I watched a lot of The Simpsons and a lot of South Park. Because she basically was like, you can't watch this. I was like, this is forbidden fruit,
Yeah.
It was great.
I actually specifically remember when she told me to stop watching them. I was like, oh, so you want me to stop watching them when you're here? She's like, no, don't watch them ever. And I was like, but I want to watch them.
Yeah.
What
And
the hell?
I'm going to when you're not here. Whenever
I
I hang out
actually
with
didn't, because I
whenever
was a
oh
good kiddo, but I wish I did, honestly.
whenever I hang out with Handsome Jack for a while, eventually we start doing Fred Fredburger from Billy and Mandy.
Fred Burger.
Yeah, the elephant kid who's
Yeah, I
kind of
do.
like kind of like Ed. Jack has a really. It's not like it's a super hard voice to do, but Jack has a really good Fred Fredberg. What flavor is that green one? Mint. I like mint, 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 mint. And what flavor is the brown one? Chocolate. I like chocolate. Yes, yes, chocolate. Yes, and that just goes on for forever, and I never stop laughing at it. It's just the best. Peek out whatever flavor you want. I can't do it, Grim. Why would I try? Why would I do that to myself? It's just insensitive.
Chowder was a good show. That might have been after your time, Quigs, actually. This was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
2007, probably.
Chowder, Flapjack. These are all shows that came out after like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. So yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
tuned. When Foster's was like in its 2nd or 3rd season, I stopped watching cartoons. For the
That
most
was
part.
an amazing show, actually.
I know.
I love Foster's Home. Dude, do you remember the episode where he's like chasing after the cell phone mascot?
Oh no, I don't.
I just remember it being super weird. Or the one where he becomes a mascot for a deodorant company. He's like, got B.O., get Dio.
He's just listening to Ronnie James Dio. I remember Cheese and his love of chocolate milk. And as a kid who also liked chocolate milk but
I like
hated cheese,
cereal.
I was like, I don't know what to take from this. Yeah, I never saw Chowder or Flapjack.
Shoutouts to Mr. Harriman, the bunny butler.
Yeah. What was her name? The main girl?
Frankie?
Frankie, yeah.
Yeah.
Frankie was a good character.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked Wilt, the giant basketball fucking thing.
He's got like a little nub for one of his arms.
Yeah, he just doesn't get an arm.
Do you remember Coco?
Yeah, the
Just
fucking
the
screaming bird.
Annoying, yeah.
Yeah, that was its whole character development. Is Coco's just obnoxious.
And there was Eduardo.
Yeah, Eduardo was cool. Or he tried to be cool, you know. He
He
did his
tried
best.
to.
Did you watch Codename Kids Next Door? I know that's crazy, but
Yes, I
okay.
did.
I really think that show was like so special and cool. It was a little bit ahead of its time. It also
Yeah.
had like one of the weirdest things about that show is that it the main guy, number one,
Mm-hmm.
he had such a bizarre accent that I couldn't place where the
He
fuck he
did,
was
didn't
supposed to be
he?
from.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand why they picked that voice for, but I mean, number
Mm-hmm.
4 was Australian, so
Dude, I thought number 4. I wanted to be number 4 when I was like 8. I thought he was so cool. Like, dude, you can't see his eyes.
I was gonna say, was it just the
He's so
hair and the
cool.
hoodie?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
You could just wear a hoodie. There you go.
I really like the villains in that show too. Like the
Yeah,
Toilinator
yeah. I was gonna say him as well. He's like a classic villain.
and Night Brace. It's
Yeah,
the
Night
dentist
Brace.
guy. Yeah.
Yep. Actually, I think a very underrated gallery of Powerpuff Girls villains. I think
Oh
they're
yeah.
actually almost all good. They're almost all like a really fun character that you like look forward to seeing an episode when you know it's gonna have them in it. Um, Obviously Mojo Jojo, sure, Mojo Jojo, sick character,
Hmm.
but Gangrene Gang, him, the girl with like the red
The
hair,
lobster thing. Yeah.
yeah. Hold on, I blanked on a couple. I had more. Him was weird. Him was weird, but him was the only thing like him on TV. Like he was just this bizarre villain that like defied you to like him. He was just insane. There's the Rough and Rowdy Boys, the like alternate universe Powerpuff Girls. Um, man, I'm blanking on some really good villains from that show. Uh, but Mojo Jojo was sick. He's just a Japanese monkey.
His design is cool.
Yeah,
I
he's like
like it.
80% brain.
Yeah. Do you remember the Delightful Children from Down the Lane?
Oh yeah, I remember them.
Yeah.
That's
There's
actually
like,
such a creepy gang.
yeah. I love that concept though. It's like, oh, who is the arch nemesis to the kids in this show? And it's just some kids from down the lane that are like overly obedient and just
But
boring.
just gigantic blue eyes.
The kid in the football helmet.
Yeah. You just see his eyes. I love how they're wearing by the way. Yeah, the delightful children from down the
Yeah.
lane. Yeah, that's a pretty cool villain idea.
But don't they have their like dad too, who just like could shoot fire
Yeah,
for some reason?
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Uh oh, Fuzzy Lumpkins was a good villain. The Amoeba Boys, which is not a good villain, but they're up there. Man, hold on, let me look at this. There's a good picture here that's like a mashup of villains.
All
The
right. See you,
lumberjack
Devin.
guy. Bye, Devin. There's like a handsome version of Professor X that they had to fight. There's this weird ooey gooey.
From
Oh, that's the Amoeba
Powerpuff Girls.
Boys. Yeah, I'm looking at
Yeah,
Powerpuff Girls. Oh, sorry, I went down a rabbit. I'm back.
that's all good.
There's the clown that like took all the color. Do you know that thing? It's worth a
I've
Google.
only
It's
seen a
fucking
few
scary.
episodes,
His
actually.
name is Rainbow the Clown slash Miss, and he is a very upsetting looking Powerpuff. Rainbow the Clown is just upsetting to stare at. Well, Mr. Mime, the evil version. He took all
Mr.
the
Mime.
color out of the world. Yeah, like the Pokemon, Mr. Mime from the Powerpuff Girls. Truly horrifying. That is a upsetting villain to see.
Oh yeah, I do recognize him. Dude, did you ever watch Shaolin Showdown?
Yeah, I watched. I think it was like during the time period that I was in YMCA after school program. So it was on when I would get to the building after school. So like it must have aired at 3:30 or 4.
Yeah.
Because I would watch an episode of Xiaolin Showdown, and then we would watch 2 episodes of Dragon Ball Z, and then I would go home. I was only there for an
You
hour.
just went home the biggest weeb ever.
There was nothing I could do about it. It was just
Yeah.
like I was. It was like it was just there. It was
Oh man.
one episode of Xiaolin Showdown a day and 2 episodes of.
Dude, someday I'm gonna tell someone my favorite anime is Shaolin Showdown. They're gonna be so mad at me.
Is today that day? Because I'm already upset.
That's a great answer, though.
What?
If someone asks you what your favorite anime is and you say Shaolin Showdown.
That's not good. No, I'll be beaten up. I'll say Dexter's Laboratory.
Okay. Actually, my go-to meme answer is always, whose line is it anyway? People are like, what the fuck, dude?
Do you remember this show? It was like a sub show inside of Dexter's Laboratory.
Which Dial M for Monkey?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, it was like a mini. It was okay. The other one that you might, which had like Major Glory, the Incredible Crunk, Van Halen. They were like a superhero team. Is this ringing any bells?
No.
I'm gonna Google Major Glory and it'll help me find the name of the show. The Justice Friends was the name of the spinoff with him in it. But Major Glory,
I recognize them. Yeah.
Yeah. Major Glory looks like suspiciously like that dude from My Hero Academia.
He does. Yeah. He totally does.
The Thor parody is literally called Van Halen. Like that's his name.
He looks.
And he has like.
Yeah, that's.
He has
hilarious.
a guitar, and then the other guy is the Incredible, if I remember correctly.
Major Glory looks like the Crimson Chin.
I think so too. Well, I think it's just because he's good 40% chin. My man's just rocking it. That was a mini show, and then similarly, Dial M for Monkey, another mini show that had like a monkey that went on adventures. Then it was like a superhero astronaut monkey, and so either you remember it or you don't. It's just like a weird, obscure Dexter's Laboratory spinoff.
Mm-hmm.
Shoutouts to the Incredible Crunk. Just a funny name for a guy. He's not craggable, Joey. Just try to crag him. You can't.
Uncraggable.
Incraggable.
Sorry. Don't mean to smear his name, you know what I mean?
That's every show we watched. We talked about all of them.
I also watched this show called SpongeBob. I don't know if you remember that one.
I don't know if I watched any SpongeBob.
Yeah, that might have been after your time, maybe.
After my time?
You just stopped when you were like 8. You're like, I'm done with these cartoons.
I would have had to stop when I was literally like 3 years old to have never seen SpongeBob. It would be kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I've probably watched more SpongeBob than any other show, now that I think about it.
Yeah, probably the same for me, I would say.
I guess second place is, as much as I hate to admit it, probably Frasier.
Really?
Yeah. Not that I don't like Frasier. The reason I hate to admit it is I actually love Frasier, and I think it's super fun. And there's a lot of it. There's like 11 seasons. But it's so funny that it's like it's SpongeBob and then Frasier. Like there's no connection there at all.
I guess except for like time period, maybe.
The reason I watch so much Frasier is just that at a garage sale, I found a box like DVD or a box of Frasier seasons on DVD. And thought it was a really good deal. Like the amount of episodes I got for like $7 was
like,
crazy.
Fuck yeah!
I literally just watched it because I had a lot of it to watch, and then I happened to like it. So
yeah.
But initially, I just watched it because I was like, "What a good bargain I've found."
What is your favorite sitcom?
Frasier.
It's Frasier, not Seinfeld.
Well, I think Frasier hmm, scratches a different itch. Seinfeld is like perfect, so it's kind of hard to say anything's better than it. But
Yeah.
the thing is I've seen Seinfeld so much, and I know like every episode. So part of it is that if you go to anything other than like the
Hmm.
jokes land harder because you haven't heard them all 100.
Right. Hmm.
But I think Seinfeld's like the best
Yeah, it's
sitcom of
hard
all
to beat
time.
Seinfeld for
Yeah,
sure.
it's kind of solved. It's like, what's the best sitcom? You mean like
Solved.
besides Seinfeld? Frasier.
That's a fair answer. I
Other than,
actually really like Drake and Josh. I think
I
that
guess,
show is really funny.
I guess that's a. It's weird to consider like shows like that, like Keenan and Kel, a sitcom, but
They were
that's
definitely
exactly
for kids, but
yeah. It's like
like,
because they're for kids, it hits funny.
yeah. I mean, it's like, it's not like Seinfeld, they're just like cursing up a storm or anything. Like, the only real difference is Seinfeld talks about sex occasionally, I guess. Drake and Josh doesn't.
But yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
also Drake and Josh, written by and for like children. So I don't know if it holds up as well. I mean, maybe it does.
Yeah,
It was
I
a
think
different
the
time.
later seasons hold up. The early ones kind of suck, though.
Like the thinner Josh is, the better the show.
Yes, exactly.
Um, I don't know. I don't even know if I have another one. I actually, when it was brand new,
Hmm.
this is could be clipped and ruin my career. I watched, unironically, a lot of like the first 3 seasons of Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Uh, not really for any real reason other than it was popular,
Hmm.
and they would occasionally make like an Aquaman joke, and that's all I needed. I'm not getting that shit on Frasier.
Yeah.
Um, and it
Yeah,
did
man.
snowball. It got worse and worse and worse, kind of like SpongeBob has.
Hmm.
But initially, when I didn't really hold myself to a particularly high standard, I was like, "This is okay. I'll watch this."
I don't hate it as much as a lot of people do, but yeah. I've seen quite a bit of it too, actually, and it's not terrible.
If
Uh,
anything, it's kind of like you just wind up kind of bored. You're not really like laughing very much. You're just
yeah.
like, ah, whatever.
I think just the concept didn't age well. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, it's just when you think about a show with four nerds that are like that can't hold a conversation
Yeah.
in 2019, it's like, well, that's fucking stupid. But it wasn't 2019; it was 2006. You know, like,
Yeah.
you can't blame him too much for that, I guess.
Um,
I watched a
I
lot of That 70s Show. I don't know if you've
ooh,
seen that.
oh, of course, everyone's seen that '70s
Yeah.
show. It was a hit.
That show's got some moments.
Uh, Now because I have Hulu, shout outs to Hulu. Because I have Spotify
Shoutouts.
Premium, I also get Hulu. I have been rewatching and loving 30 Rock. Holy shit, that show is so funny. That show is so funny, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
so it's like so weird though to watch it now because it's like over 10 years old. So references on that show, some of them don't land because it's just like, huh, I guess Eric Estrada was a punchline back then, but I
Right.
don't know
Hmm.
why. I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna take that and see you at TGI Max. You're like, what?
What
I bet that
year is
was
it?
funnier in 2007, but whatever.
Yeah.
But the show is so funny, dude. Kenneth is my boy.
I haven't seen it. I just know Alec Baldwin's in
He is. He plays Jack.
it.
Jack's fucking funny as hell. He calls his hair a head suit.
Yeah. Head suit.
Yeah,
Oh, man. That's good.
yeah.
Uh, I'm thinking we should wrap up.
All right.
How do you feel about that, sir?
How do we wrap up?
We have gone from partially loaded to, you could argue, nearly fully loaded,
Hmm.
much like Herbie. Was that a good closer?
Well, I don't. If you're listening at home, and I know there are people out there that are,
Yes.
I highly recommend that you watch the feature film from the early '90s called A Bug's Life. That's my plug.
I gotta watch that, dude. It's been too long. Way too long.
I'm actually super down to watch it at the same time and do a commentary for it. Just if for no other reason, if nobody else watches, I'll just listen to it.
This weekend, I'm super down.
All right, sick. Sounds good.
Yeah. Well, we got our plans. All right. Guess what, dude? We can put this on SoundCloud because we didn't play crosswords for 3 hours this time.
That's true.
Yeah. So
if you're listening to this on SoundCloud, hello.
How did you find us? That's kind of amazing, actually.
Did you stick it through to the end, or did you skip to this part?
Did you cut us off after we started talking about Herbie Fully Loaded?
Let's do like half of a conversation, so that if they just skip to it, they're totally out of the loop of what we're talking about.
Wait, like right now?
Yeah. Just like we'll close with the end of a conversation, but not the beginning, so it doesn't make any sense. Just skip to this part.
Yeah, I guess that's just why I prefer like jelly to peanut butter. I don't know.
You mean like as a lubricant or for flavor?
I've never put either of them on my dick, but maybe I should try, honestly. Like,
all right.
Why not? Yeah.
I think we learned a lot today, Joey.
Yeah, that was a fun little topic we dived into there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Follow me on Twitter at Big Quigley, BIGQUIGLEY.
Subscribe to this man on Twitch.
Yeah.
He's got
and this man.
Yes. And me.
The Jelly Man.
The Jelly Man. I actually don't prefer jelly, by the way. That was a blatant lie.
Yo, now the ruse is up.
Yeah, I know. I just needed to be quick on my feet, you know what I mean? Can that be our outro music?
They can't sue us if we sing it.
That's true. All right. Goodbye, everybody.